What is up, everybody? Welcome to After the Huddle. As always, it's your boy Jacob here with Jared here. We're on the conference championship games now, man. Conference championship games.
It's our last week before the Super Bowl, bro. Last week before the season ends.
Yeah, it's always bittersweet. Always bittersweet to have last game of the season. Because it's the one you're most hyped about. It's the one that everybody talks about. All the playoffs. But at the same time, this is when it gets down to nitty gritty, and you only get a select amount of games left in the season to go. So, with that being said, probably after the Super Bowl, probably starting next week, we'll probably only have one show a week. We're thinking about possibly doing a live reaction to the Super Bowl game.
I was hoping maybe we can try to fit in a live watch thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do like a live episode during it, and when we can get our reactions to the game and stuff.
Yeah.
We might do it at halftime, and then going into the second half, might just chill in the first half.
Hopefully we get Tracy on.
Yeah, we'll talk to Tracy about it. Outside of that, we had some new news this week. Raheem Morris gets signed as the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I was a little shocked by this. Everybody had thought that yeah, you heard that right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had thought that Bill Belichick was going there because of, all the signs that were really pointing to it, to be honest with you. But apparently, this is the story that's being thrown out there, is that he was trying to have the same kind of power and decision making that he had in New England. He was trying to get that in Atlanta. But he's not going to get that in Atlanta with a new team.
No.
Also another reason possibly why they didn't go with Bill is that, Bill's 70 something years old.
He's like 71.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah.
He's old.
At that point, they're just looking to see how long is he to last after that year.
Now, the only thing I will say about Raheem Morris that I think is the wrong move about this is that Raheem Morris was the interim head coach there.
Yep.
At one point, and he didn't do a good job. He was also the head coach of somebody else and didn't do a good job. Tampa. Thank you. He's not done well as a head coach. That's not to say that we want him to do bad or we think he's going to do bad, but it doesn't. Your history doesn't prove that you're gonna. That I think you can do a great job right off the bat.
Right.
So maybe with a better team that he's got now, because he'll definitely get a quarterback, and he'll have pieces around him. He's got pieces on the defense. So maybe with some better pieces that he has now compared to what he had in Atlanta, maybe he could do something. However, I don't know. I don't think this was the right move by. I don't think this was the right move.
I think Bill would have probably been the best move. Whether or not they wanted it or not, I still think this would have been the best move.
No, I agree. And the crazy thing is that there's still a lot of guys. I mean, like Belichick's still out there. Vrabel, he's still out there. Dan Quinn, he's still out there. Pete Carroll's not. He took a front office job with Seattle, so he's not going to be a head coach anymore. But there's so many guys left out there that are good coaches. Where does Bill fit all into this? Where does Vrabel fit all into this? Because Vrabel, what do? Do you just take a year off and be like, well, I know more coaching positions are going to open next year. Maybe I'll get another chance next year, take a year off.
Well, if Bill does that next year, I mean, this year he definitely won't get a job next year.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
Okay, and this question was brought up to me, and I wanted to ask it to you. Do you think that he should downgrade himself to a defensive coordinator? No. It sounds like you've been asked that question or heard that question.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I got actually asked that earlier.
I've heard it before about, should he take a job as a DC? What? Like he was a DC.
And I said, what?
What? Like, he was a DC with the Chargers. He won a Super Bowl with the Chargers. Then he became a head coach after that.
Wait. You mean the Giants?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I was about to say.
What did I say?
The Chargers.
Oh, my bad.
Chargers never won a Super Bowl, sir.
But yeah, there's no way in hell that he does that. I think he'd retire before he does that.
I think he would retire before he goes back to being just a DC as well.
Mm-hmm.
But with Bill, I think it's more along the lines of he wants too much control of the team, also coupled with the fact that he's just too old.
Yeah.
And he's not creative on offense. He's a defensive guy and he's an old school guy. They need younger blood in this NFL, even in coaching,
His thing is, we're going to play defense, we're going to stop the run, play special teams. Good special teams.
Yep.
Look where that got us the last 4 years.
Well, I mean, yeah, when you don't have a guy that can run the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't even think that and see this is the problem that quarterbacks get paired together with their coaches and vice versa. Because if you're a good coach, sometimes you can see that somebody's a good coach even with a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
But sometimes these coaches need guys that can help carry these teams. Tom Brady helped carry Bill Belichick's team for years. They won Super Bowls because of it, because they worked well together. Personality-wise, they didn't really work well together, but work-wise, they worked well together. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And
it brought them 6 Super Bowls. Brady won a 7th after leaving. That just shows you how good he is.
And then while we're on New England, I don't know if I showed you this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How you say his name? Kayshon Boutte. Yeah. Charged with computer fraud, underage gambling related to account that bet on LSU and other college games. I actually just saw a report not too long ago that he made a bet on himself in one of these games. And made a bet on himself in one of these games, right? For that he was going to have 79.5 plus yardage and a touchdown. He had 25 yards and no touchdown that game.
What game was it?
I don't know.
That was when he was with New England?
No, that was when he was with LSU. He bet on himself that he was going to do that. That's why he's getting charged with computer fraud. Yep, that's why he's getting charged with computer fraud, because he went onto an overage site where that he was underage and not supposed to be on, signed into another account with a different ID, with a different name.
You know what his username was?
No.
They said it on the radio.
No.
It was Kayshon Boutte 01.
Get the fuck out of here. That was, bro, can y'all please stop being so stupid and putting your own name in your username? That's dumb. Especially if you're going to do something bad. Like, if you're not one of these bad people and you're not, and I'm not saying that he's a bad person, but he did something bad.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something bad, then you need to be smart about it. And if you can't be smart about it, don't do it.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the numbers and shit, but he plays 8,900 bets in that time span.
Bro, how do you place 8,900 bets?
Here's wild. They did the math. They said that's a bet every hour.
That's crazy, bro. That is absolutely. But you know what he probably did? He probably does it like my dad does. See, the way I gamble, as far as like on sports books and stuff like that, is I do like parlays. I enjoy parlays. 3-leg, 4-leg. I almost hit a 9-leg the other night, and Amon-Ra St. Brown killed me by 3 yards. 3 on a 9-leg parlay. People don't realize how crazy that is, but those are super hard to hit. Yeah. But my dad, he bets single bets.
Prop bets?
No. It's not even so much just prop bets, but he'll bet on the game itself. And then he'll make another bet on the over or under. and then he'll make another bet on somebody getting a touchdown.
So he won't combine them all.
He doesn't make a parlay. He does single bets.
Okay.
So, I get it, but I just prefer parlay. I think they're more exciting, although you tend to lose more of those.
Yeah. So you ready for games?
Let's get into them, man. We got the first game up, the AFC Championship game. Chiefs at the Ravens. Ravens are a 4-point favorite in this game. Over under in this one's 44.5. Man, I'll tell you what, Jared, 44.5. I don't know. I think that's a lot. I'd go under in this game so fast.
Especially with no Joe Thuney.
Well, it's not even just that. It's just both of these defenses are great defenses.
Yeah.
I think that Ravens were first in sacks, first in turnovers, first in scoring defense, and sixth in total yards. And the Chiefs were they didn't have a lot of turnovers, but they were second in sacks, second in yards per game, and second in points allowed per game. So these defenses are good. 44.5 seems like a lot in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie for these defenses. Yeah. I know they're giving some reprieve to how good the offenses are and how good the offensive guys are. Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I get it, but at the same time, this is playoffs, baby.
This is about to be a defensive.
This is going to be a defensive game.
Yep.
And just wait till y'all watch it. These defenders are going to be flying around the field. They're going to be flying.
Marlon Humphreys is back.
Yeah, they are going to be everywhere. And I'm not surprised at how good these defenses are, considering the coordinators behind them. We've seen Steve Spagnuolo and what he can do as far as the pressures that he can create. Obviously, Mike McDonald has came on out of nowhere to be a tremendous defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He'll probably be getting looked at for
and who else is getting?
He'll probably be getting looked at for head coaching jobs.
And who isn't getting enough recognition is the OC they just got. Is it Munchkin? Todd Monken?
Oh, Todd Monken?
Is it or is it?
No.
Who's the OC that came from Philly? Not Philly. The Bulldogs. Because that's where he came from. He came from Georgia.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's either Todd Monken or Shane Steichen. I think Shane Steichen went to Indy as the head coach. And then Philly lost.
Todd Monken.
It's
Todd Monken.
So yeah. I mean, look what he took. I think he took Georgia's offense and said, "I'm going to take this with me to Baltimore."
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and then look what he's doing with Baltimore.
Yeah,
it's literally the same exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, you got to think about how well this team has played. I'm not surprised at how good the Ravens are. I'm genuinely not. Their offensive coordinator is great. Defensive coordinator, I think, is even better. A great head coach, great quarterback, a solid offensive line. I wouldn't say it's a great offensive line, but it's definitely solid, and it puts in some work. And they can run the ball for 200 yards a game.
And they got him a wide receiver, and they got Lamar a wide receiver. No, I'm not talking about Odell either. I'm talking about
Zay Flowers. Yeah.
And how much did I tell you that we should have drafted him?
Oh yeah. I wasn't high. The only person I wasn't high on that proved me wrong in this draft was Jordan Addison.
Fair enough.
I told you from the draft I wasn't high on him. He got a big chance after. I was actually higher on Quentin Johnston. And hey, bro, you should have seen what he was doing at TCU. But then
I did.
There was. It wasn't you. I don't think it was you, but there was somebody who told me to go watch his. I think it might have been you.
It was me.
Told me to go watch his tape and see the kind of catches that he was getting,
yeah.
And he's wide open in all of them.
Yeah.
And
on top
so
of that,
it's got to be
he don't.
Yeah, it's got to be the play calling.
Yeah.
It's
just him. Body catch, or it's something he's not. Reaching out for him, and when he does, he fucking drops him.
He drops him. Yeah. So that's about where I went wrong on. When it came to the new guys coming into the draft. But I told you from the get-go that I like Zay Flowers over Jordan Addison.
No, I did too.
Because of the Boston College, coming from BC, bro. These guys, I don't know what it is about getting the wide receivers at BC, but the skill position in general, they're all shifty dudes. Nope. Everybody that comes from Boston College, as far as wide receiver or running back,
Kuechly came from BC.
Well, that's a little bit different. But Kuechly's one of the greatest linebackers we've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying.
So. I'm not surprised at it. At how close I think this game's going to be. Man, Ravens -4 though. It's a tough one, Jared.
Well, they get Mark Andrews back, so he gets his security blanket.
They get Marlon Humphreys back as well.
And so you'll have Mark Andrews, you'll have Zay, you'll have Odell.
They're going to be full strength.
For some reason, Dalvin Cook looked like fucking.
Yeah, they'll be full strength.
Yeah, I mean Dalvin Cook looked like rookie Dalvin Cook. That week.
The play calling.
Yeah. And then that one run when he had like 30, 40 yards or whatever, he had more rushing yards in that run than he did his entire time with the Jets.
That's fucking insane. That part's insane.
I didn't know that at first, and then somebody said that. I'm like,
well, that just goes to show you the difference between a bad offensive line in the Jets and even a solid offensive line in the Ravens, and then the other guys complement it. Because you have to be worried about Lamar running. You have to be worried about Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers coming. And sure enough, as the Ravens have shown, you also got to watch out for Likely. Because Likely's came on strong in Mark Andrews' absence.
Yep.
So I think they'll continue to use him this game as well as Mark Andrews running a lot of 2 tight end sets.
Yep.
So, and when you do that, man, it's hard to predict what they're going to do. Because you don't know that they can run the ball well, and you might be suited up for the run. But then all they got to do is, boom, hit you with a play action. You get pressure, Lamar Jackson can run out of it.
Bro, can he? I still see clips of that fucking Cincinnati game.
And don't get me wrong. And see, that's why the Chiefs are out on the O-line, Alex. Yeah, the Chiefs are out on the O-line. They're probably going to be missing Joe Thuney, who's an all-pro lineman.
No, they are missing him. There's no might.
Yeah. So now I haven't heard anything on the Ravens missing a lineman. If that's the case, I honestly wouldn't know. But
answer me this question. There's games tomorrow or just Sunday?
Just Sunday.
Okay.
This is the healthiest defense the Chiefs have seen this playoff run. Oh, well, I think this is the best team that the Chiefs have seen all year long.
I'm trying to see if I can find.
I think this is the best team. I mean, think about it. They both played the Lions. Ravens smacked the Lions. They both played Miami. Ravens smacked Miami. I mean, it wasn't even close.
All right, so here we go for the AFC Championship. While we're on this, Pacheco is questionable with a toe ankle injury.
Okay, Pacheco's questionable.
And then Joe Thuney is out with a pec injury, and that's all I can find so far.
Okay, nothing on the Ravens.
They had a thing on it. Let me see if I can find it in a second. I don't see anything about the Ravens.
So the Ravens might not even have anybody injured now
all it really says is Mark Andrews gets activated off IR.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So the Ravens are, now that Mark Andrews is back, 100% healthy. I think this is, like I said, this is the best team that the Chiefs have seen all season long. So this is going to be their test.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I think if the Chiefs beat the Ravens, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If the Chiefs beat the Ravens, they're going to beat San Francisco or the Lions, either one. I don't care what anybody says. I'm dropping $1,000 on Pat Mahomes to win a Super Bowl this year if he beats the Ravens, bro.
There's a whole, I don't know if you've heard this talk, but if Kansas City wins this game, wins the Super Bowl, there's talks Andy Reid might be retiring.
Good. In fact, Kansas City go win the Super Bowl so we don't have to deal with that fucking combo for the next 3 more seasons. Go get a Super Bowl now. Let his ass retire so we don't have to deal with that shit. I don't want to see that. I'm lucky my favorite team's all the way on the other side of the East Coast. I don't have to see y'all. Y'all in a completely different conference, division, everything. Y'all not even close.
We got to see him every once 3-4 years.
Well, yeah. Well, y'all got to see him every 3 years.
Close to it, yeah.
We got to see him once every 4 years. So I'm good. We don't play him this year either. Let's go.
We played him this year. We actually, got 2 picks off of him.
How?
Exactly.
Oh, like interceptions?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say that if Andy Reid retires, Belichick don't go to Kansas City?
That's a good question. That's a solid question.
But then again, they would be in the same boat with him as they were with Andy Reid. Because Andy Reid's almost up there in age. I don't know how old he is, but like we said, Bill's 71.
Excuse me. Yeah, so we play the AFC North next year.
Oh, y'all's opponents came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to play. Obviously, we have our 6 division games: Washington, Dallas, and Philly.
Yeah, that's 4.
Then we got to play. 8. Then we got to 6.
Yeah,
that's 6.
Yeah.
Then we got to play Pittsburgh, Cleveland, the Ravens, and the Bengals. That's 10. And then we got to play the South, playing the NFC South. So we got Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, and Tampa Bay.
Oh, y'all play New Orleans again?
Yeah, but they're going to be playing in Giants Stadium.
You still going to it?
No. If I go to a Giants game in New Jersey, then I'm going to a division game. Probably the Redskins.
Fair enough.
Or the Commanders. Sorry, people. Don't cancel me. Then we play Seattle because Seattle is the other division that we're not at all facing that came in 3rd place. See what I'm saying? And then we got to play. I thought we had to play Minnesota. Yeah. And then we played Minnesota, who was in the NFC North that also finished 3rd place.
Okay.
And then we got to play Indianapolis, who finished 3rd place in the AFC South.
Okay. So I think, if I remember right, we play the AFC South this year.
You'll play the AFC
Yeah,
South?
I know we play Tennessee.
Okay.
So that's the game I would like to go to, either that or the Houston game.
I would love to go Houston, like in Houston
I don't know.
against the Patriots.
I don't remember. It was just the opponents.
Well, normally they show you at our home.
It's been a while since I've seen the thing.
Okay.
I just remember kind of off top.
Okay. So Jared,
My bad.
let me ask you a question. Who wins this game and why?
I think I'm going with Baltimore on this one because, one, they got the better defense. And really, one, if Pacheco don't play, that's going to really hurt. Two, they're missing their all-pro guard and everything, so that's going to really hurt them. Because you got Clowney rushing, you got Queen, you still got to worry about Roquan Smith. You still got to worry about all them blitzing. What else? Who else am I missing? You still got Lamar's upside at rushing and throwing the ball.
I mean, Pat Mahomes can scramble too now.
Oh yeah,
when he needs to.
Yeah, I know. I get that, and it's you gotta make sure there's triple zeros on the clock when you're facing 15. Because we've seen him we've seen what he can do with 13 seconds.
Yeah,
and what he did against Josh Allen, that was too much time.
I want the Ravens to win. I want the Ravens to win. I don't want to see Pat Mahomes in another Super Bowl. That shit gets old. However, Jared, he does it again. And I don't know exactly how just yet, but he does it again. He's the best quarterback in the league by far. They have just as good of a defense, I think, as the Ravens do. They just do it in different fashion.
So
excuse me.
New England plays. Oh no, we play Houston at home. God damn it.
They'll play Houston at home.
Yeah, but Tennessee's on the road. Jacksonville's on the road.
Tennessee might be a good one.
I got family in Tennessee, so I can always try that one.
Tennessee would probably be a good one.
So we got Buffalo, Houston, Indy, the Chargers, the Rams, Miami, Jets, Seattle, all at home. And then on the road, we got Arizona, Miami, Buffalo, the Jets, Chicago, San Francisco, Cincinnati, the Jags, Titans.
Okay. Hot take: the Chiefs are on the way to potentially be a better dynasty than the Patriots.
Chill out.
I mean, he's not lying.
No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Chill out.
I mean, he's not lying, especially if they win this one. How could you not say these motherfuckers gonna win what? 3 and 5 years?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
That's the same thing we did.
No, y'all did 3 and 4 years actually.
Yeah, because we lost.
Y'all went back to back, and then
we lost that one to Philly.
And then
went to
you beat Philly.
We lost to Philly.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking
about the first.
I'm talking about the first one against Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, like y'all went 3 and 4 years then, and then you came back and won 3 and 5 years the following time. That's what I'm saying. That was y'all's dynasty. So, and this is another thing that people need to understand. Now, if Pat Mahomes goes to win the Super Bowl, that obviously it goes into his legacy. Yeah. We get that. However, he still has a lot of time left, so he could. I'm just saying. I don't think it'll happen. But he could never make another Super Bowl again. And we just don't know.
Yeah.
He could Joe Theismann out next season. We just don't know. We don't hope that. We wish him the best. But we just don't know. Now, if his career ended today, obviously, I think he's already a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely first ballot. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
However, his career is not over with. We have to keep into account that he still has a long time of playing. And if he can play for, 17, 18 years, he's going to break records. I think he'll break Brady's passing yardage record. I think he'll break the touchdown record at some point.
I think he gets those two.
Yeah. I think he'll break the completion record. I think he'll have a better completion percentage than Brady did at the end of his career.
I
think he'll have less interceptions than Brady did at the end of his career. And this is like the LeBron to Jordan debate.
Yeah.
Now I am more a Jordan fan, so I tend to lean more to Jordan. Also, I've seen LeBron whip my team's ass. I can't say the same thing about Brady. I've watched my team beat them twice in the Super Bowl. We were just talking about this before we got on. Talking about because he has friends that he's going to do a show with that are Patriots fans, and they said what did he say? One of his friends was a Giants fan.
Yeah,
and he always brings up, well, we got 6, so it doesn't matter. Like no, it still matters, bro. Like it doesn't matter how many like I said, you could have 15 of them mugs, but guess what? Ain't one of them against my team. In fact, 2 of them that we got are against y'all in that same time span.
So what if in our lifetime we tie it?
And then, but here's do you want to know the cherry on top of all that, Jared? Let me tell you the cherry on top of all that is that in the 07 one, when we beat y'all was undefeated. You didn't have a single loss on your record. Yep. And what y'all do? You came into Arizona, got your ass whooped, and then sent your ass packing. You and Randy Moss. Y'all put together one of the greatest fucking teams I've ever heard, I've ever seen. I mean, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Tom Brady. Didn't you have Maroney? Wasn't Maroney the running back at that time? Or Corey Dillon?
Which one?
In 07.
No, it was Maroney, I think.
Yeah.
It was either him or Green.
Had a fucking squad, bro. Had a squad. I'm not trying to rag on him, bro. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Patriots dominated during a weak era in Hell's. Exactly. That's another thing. That is another thing, bro.
But I mean, once you think about it, Miami always gave us issues in Miami. So I mean, they always gave us fits. The Jets were somewhat an issue to us.
Miss me with that, okay? Miss me with all that. It was the weakest era in the AFC East that we've ever seen. And then what happens? They finally get Tua. They finally get Tyreek Hill. They finally get popping off. And you have the Dolphins making noise. You have Josh Allen now. You have Stephon Diggs and the Bills, and look what they're doing. And the Jets are even, you don't know what the Jets are going to do when Aaron Rodgers comes back. Now all of a sudden Tom Brady's like,
it was Kevin Falk.
That's even better. I think Kevin Falk was highly underrated. Highly underrated.
Yeah. I forget we had him, dude.
I mean, come on, bruh. Who the fuck was Miami? Named 3 dominant players on the Dolphins. Ricky Williams was there at one point. That's about that. That's all I can think of.
Didn't Zach Thomas just go in the Hall?
Yeah, but Zach, that was like
Jason Taylor.
Well, that's true. That's true. They had some good defensive players. But players, like they weren't a good team. And you notice yourself because you've been a fan. They have been in something I like to call NFL purgatory. Okay, and NFL purgatory is when you get about this during this time there was only 16 games, so you'd go about 8-8, maybe 9-7. Maybe 6-10, 7-9. When you're in that range right there, that is NFL purgatory.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting a high enough draft pick and you're not fighting for a chance to win a Super Bowl. And Miami was there for 15 fucking years. 15 years. They couldn't draft. They couldn't trade correctly. They couldn't bring free agents to fucking Miami. This is Miami. Everybody wants to live there. Like, are you? I'm not really trying to rant, bro. I'm just like, it's frustrating when Patriots fans don't see that. Like, don't get me wrong, it does not take away from how Tom Brady is the GOAT. He is the greatest quarterback of all time, as it stands right now.
Fair.
However, everything went this man's way. The greatest head coach of all time.
Tuck rule.
Had the Tuck rule. Had a weak era and a weak conference. You know, like Peyton Manning was his only. Like Phillip Rivers wasn't shit going against Tom Brady. The only person that we saw anytime in the playoffs that we thought could beat Brady was Manning.
Yeah.
If there was anybody else, we're like,
I mean,
Tom Brady's winning.
Like,
remember when they had to play the Jags?
Which one? Like when
the Patriots had to play the Jags in the AFC. Did anybody really think the Jags were going to win that game?
Blake Bortles got carried though with that defense.
That's like, come on, man. You're going up against Blake Bortles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that defense carried them all the way over there. That's to get them in.
And then you lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl to Nick fucking Foles. How y'all beat the best quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes? And Jared Goff is better than Nick Foles, in my opinion.
No, I think he is.
Eli Manning is not better than either of those guys, Jared Goff or.
You don't think Eli's better than?
I don't think Eli's better than Jared Goff. I think he handles pressure and clutch than Jared Goff does, but as a natural thrower of the football, I think Jared Goff is better.
This is coming from a Giants fan, y'all. Just let y'all know that.
But that doesn't take away from his greatness. He's still a Hall of Famer.
No, I'm just saying.
But he's not a great quarterback. He was a good, solid quarterback that made the throws when it absolutely needed to count.
It's Quinn.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Oh, yo, what's up, Quinn? What's up? Yeah, it was Kevin Falk, by the way. What's up, Quinn? How you feeling? Jay, I didn't say that's Jay. He lives in Miami. He knows. Word. Yeah, he knows.
Miami fans are probably aggravating as shit, aren't they?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Living in Miami has got to be fucking hell with them. I think I'd rather live. I'd rather live here
all year long. All year long, all I heard was, man, Miami's offense is good. Man, Miami's offense is good. And then what happened in the last 3 weeks? Absolutely nothing. You completely shut the fuck down. Miami's worse than Dallas? Absolutely worse than Dallas. Well, I guess living out there.
Fan-wise, yeah, probably.
You're probably living out there. That makes the most sense.
Top 3 worst
fan. I'm a Giant. I hate Dallas.
Top 3 fan.
Tua is MVP. Shit, Tyreek was more of an MVP than Tua was, to be honest.
That's why Tua was in the MVP conversation.
Yeah,
because of Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek is. I'll tell you what though. Somebody brought up a good stat. You know, they're like They're like 4-6 when they're, or like 4-6, 4-7 whenever they're missing Waddle.
The what?
Their record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was the record?
It's like 4-6, 4-7. I can't remember. I think it's
Without
4
him?
Yeah, without him when he doesn't play.
What is it with them? Do you remember what it was?
It's a lot better.
Okay, fair enough.
They win a lot more games with him.
Oh, I mean,
it's Patrick Mahomes, man. We was just talking about this.
fuck, what was the question that I seen? Because it had something to do with Jalen Waddle. All right, here's the question for you and everybody listening. Because I think, Jay, I don't know if you still play fantasy, but you can answer this question too. In Dynasty, right? Who would you rather build around? Devontae Smith? Or who's the other wide receiver we were just talking about? Jalen Waddle. So you have to pick between Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith. Who would you rather build around? I personally said Devontae Smith because I don't think he gets injured as much as Jalen Waddle.
Man, that's a tough one, bro.
No, I fully understand that one.
That's a tough one.
No, we played Dynasty too, so remember.
I'd probably also go with Devontae Smith.
Fair enough.
I probably would. If I had to choose between Jalen Waddle, it's not that Jalen Waddle's not a good receiver. I think Devontae Smith runs routes better than he does.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think he's slightly faster, but I think Devontae Smith is shiftier, can get open off of routes better.
I think Devontae Smith is more of a...
I think he's got hands, too. That motherfucker can catch.
Bitch, what?
That motherfucker can catch.
So I'll always remember that Alabama had one-hand snag against LSU. And
yeah.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
But I think Devontae Smith is more a complete wide receiver than Jalen Waddle, to be real with you.
I agree with that. I mean, the man won the Heisman.
Well, yeah, that, I think he, like you said, he could run the route.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to move it on to the next game. We got the Lions at San Francisco. San Francisco's a 7.5-point favorite in this one. Over-under's 51.5. Damn. That's high.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how the Lions play offensively against that defense. Because Jared Goff has not done well against pressure.
Yeah.
He needs to be able to sit into a pocket where he has basically no pressure around him. If they can do that,
no, he's gonna tear him up.
He's gonna tear him up.
Yeah.
And it'll be a close game. But the moment that the Niners start, and the problem with going against the Niners though is that you can rush forward with them and still get pressure, especially now that they have Chase Young and Nick Bosa over there.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot easier. And don't they have Eric Armstead as well?
I think so.
Yeah, they got him as well. Fred Warner. But their front seven is deadly.
John Hargrave too.
Yeah, their front seven is crazy. So they're able to get pressure just rushing forward, and it's hard throwing against seven.
Yep.
When you got guys being able to get to them in 3 seconds, but there's nowhere to go downfield because everything is covered.
We may be seeing a lot of checkdowns to get.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of checkdowns, I think, in this game.
But we seen that last week when he did that because Gibbs was having a fucking field
Gibbs
day.
had a crazy game.
But then again, to be fair, Tampa's defense is not San Francisco's defense.
No, I'm not saying that they are.
Right.
I'm not saying that San Francisco is so much better than Tampa Bay, especially defensively. But man, the Lions can put up points too, I think. The problem is that they're not playing at home. And the Lions on the road have not been as good as they are at home. Everybody knows that if you watch football.
Yeah.
So will they have a shot? I think they have a shot.
Now we could be seeing 2 rematches in the Super Bowl.
We could either be seeing the Lions and the 40. The 49ers and the Ravens or the 49ers and the Chiefs, both are rematch games.
I low-key hope San Francisco and Baltimore lose so they can play next year here and have a rematch of 13 here in the Dome.
Why?
Just for the history, just for the fuck of it. I think that'd be pretty cool though, because then once you think about it, they lose this year, they come next year,
same spot. Maybe the lights don't go out this time.
Somebody has a connection with the generator. The Super Bowl experience of being the Riverwalk.
That was crazy. Anybody that watched that Super Bowl when the lights went out, and then the game was like basically over.
Completely different.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden flipped it right back.
Yeah, fucking wild.
Really, and that's really like an in the script moment.
You ever seen that little the Peyton's Place with him and Ray Lewis?
Yeah,
where he was talking about the Super Bowl and Ray's like, who did it? Who did it?
So Jared, knowing what you know about both of these teams, who wins the game?
I don't want San Francisco to win. I would like to see Detroit get to their first Super Bowl, but I think the Niners are going to win. I think they're full. Debo is playing, so that.
But is he going to be 100%? I mean, I know he'll be a good decoy for everybody, but Debo not being 100% is still.
It's a different story. But like they say, with him being in the game, they usually win the game.
Yeah,
with him out,
and that's another thing. If he's not 100%, what's the likelihood that he gets injured again?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, or re-injures what he already has.
It's a shoulder, so
and that's like
being as physical as he is, as big as a wide receiver. He's
gonna take some hits. So I mean, we'll see if he can hold up during the game.
We're going to really see Detroit's defense get after Christian McCaffrey.
And I think that's the biggest factor in this game. I think that the Lions can stop the run. They have shown all year that they can stop the run. What they have shown also is that they cannot stop the pass.
Yeah.
So
their defense is pretty bad.
If what's his name?
Hutchinson.
Yes. If Hutchinson and the rest of the crew can get pressure with that front, it might be a different story.
Yes.
But that's not saying it much, because Brock Purdy, against the pressure this year, has played well.
Yeah.
Against pressure, he's played well. Now, he hasn't played amazingly or above standard, but I'd probably say he played above standard. He's probably played above average when the pressure is came.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm waiting to see how it goes with it, but I'm also with you. I would love to see the Lions win this game. I think it would be great for the city of Detroit, great for that organization. I still think they're a piece or two off, especially on defense. I think they need a really good shutdown corner, and they need a secondary good pass rusher that can complement Aiden Hutchinson well.
I think they need a bigger, stronger D tackle.
That could also work.
I think that would help out, stuff in the run.
Yeah.
Anything up the middle, and then you still have Hutchinson come off the side.
Yeah.
I think they have another pass rusher. I think he's 54. I think his name. I don't know what his name is.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But when Hutchinson, Hutchinson was out at one point. I think previous year, and he filled in for him. And I don't remember what he did.
Did you see C.J. Gardner-Johnson on Instagram? What he posted up about Debo?
Oh, they always go back and forth.
Man,
he's like, you're a running back.
That's what he told him. He's like, you're a running back, man. You can't. I'm gonna cover you all day. Like, you're not gonna get nothing on me. I was like, yo, like watching high school games all over again.
Apparently, him and Baker were going back and forth, and he picked off Baker. And apparently, he threw it back to Baker.
I mean, if you're backing up your talk, you got to stop him.
He did the same shit with New Orleans.
You know what I mean? That's the only way that's the only way you can shut him up, is you got to stop him. Or get past him, basically.
Yeah.
But
score on him.
Yeah, score on him, or beat him.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he could be like, "Well, I shut you down," but you could be like, "Scoreboard." It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you shut me down. At the end of the day, you were so focused on me that you didn't help out your team enough.
God forbid he punches the ball out of Debo's hand. This could be a good game.
I could see. How about him getting a big hit on Debo and re-injuring his shoulder?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be bad.
Or picking off the ball in front of Debo.
Yeah, that'd be nasty. I'm actually really excited for these games. I think these are going to be some good games. However, I have the Chiefs coming out above the Ravens, and I have the 49ers coming out above the Lions for a rematch of Mahomes' first Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
So if he wins
but
this,
does he get that one? Does he get done?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If he can get this and win, then it'll be a dynasty. They can consider it a dynasty after three titles. But if he wins this and then loses that Super Bowl to San Francisco, what does it say about him? Because that's two Super Bowls that he's been to that he's going to lose, and he's going to be 2-2. You know, and then it goes back to the whole LeBron versus Jordan thing, where LeBron was getting there, but he wasn't winning them.
Yep.
And that's going to be the thing. It's going to be, a Pat can get there, but he's not finishing the job.
Especially Andy Reid's not getting any younger.
Yep.
Travis Kelce's definitely not getting any younger.
I could see him playing maybe one more season.
Yeah. So once those two are
maybe
gone,
two. If they get as close as they do, say they go to the Super Bowl this year, he comes back for one more season and then he's done.
See, I don't even think that.
But I think if they lose this game, if they win the Super Bowl that following season in New Orleans, then I think he's done. If not, I think he'll go one more year.
Fair enough.
So we either got him for 1 or 2 more years, I think. Somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's not getting any. Chris Jones, he's not getting any younger. Now your cornerbacks are young. Snead and McDuffie, those guys are young. So you got those guys for a while, but then eventually you're gonna have to pay somebody.
Yeah, Mahomes' contract's kind of come into play with that too.
Yeah. Now Mahomes did take a pay cut.
Fair.
Which is fair. So he did take a pay cut, and that'll help with that defense, because that's how they're trying to build this team. They'll have a strong defense, and Pat can carry that offense just enough. And guess who had that same model?
New
England, exactly.
And
everybody shat on Bill Belichick and Tom Brady for, Tom Brady always had a such and such a team. But they had Tom Brady to save them when that defense didn't pan out. Am I right? And that's exactly how the Chiefs are going to build this team around Pat Mahomes. They're going to have a really strong, good defense. That's what they're going to do. This really strong, good defense, and have Pat Mahomes carry this offense, sometimes to amazing heights, sometimes to just enough to win the game. You see what I'm saying? Yep. That's all they're going to do. The same way they built it around Tom Brady, which is the way you're supposed to do.
It was, I remember which game it was. If it was either the Rams game or I think it was the Rams game, where we were driving down the field, kind of sort of, and John Madden's like, yeah, we should play for overtime. They should probably just play for overtime.
Oh, right yeah.
And we drove down the field, and Brady
touchdown.
Touchdown in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yep.
But y'all still had to kick the game. You still had to kick game-winning field goal, Adam Vinatieri.
Still Adam Vinatieri, though. I mean, he kicked us to the Super Bowl, and he kicked us out. So, I mean.
So, Jared, any last thoughts on conference championship weekend?
Hope for some upsets.
Hope. Well, I mean, Kansas City over Ravens is technically an upset. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then so is this one too. If the Lions win,
yep,
a lot of history would be made with these 2 games.
Yeah, this one's really dependent on how it goes. Will it go well? I don't know exactly quite yet, but I mean, game's 2 days away.
Yeah. So. Championship Sunday.
I think the NFC Championship game's first. I could be mistaken.
I thought it was AFC. I thought AFC usually goes first.
Okay, yeah, AFC's first. Yes, sorry. AFC is first.
We'll figure this out right.
Well, they're at the Ravens, which is on the East Coast, and then they're at the San Francisco, which is on the West Coast.
When y'all played Green Bay in the championship to go to the Super Bowl, would y'all play at night or in the afternoon?
That was a night game.
So y'all got so NFC is probably at night then.
Yeah, that was a night game.
Unless they changed it.
Because I already knew we were playing y'all. Both times.
Yeah.
Both times I already knew we were playing y'all.
Yeah.
So. But all right. Thank y'all everybody who joined. We appreciate everybody who comes in here, chats it up with us. If y'all haven't already, go check out the Sharps app. It's basically like an Instagram, Facebook for bettors. You know, you can post up your bets. Excuse me. Go look at other people's bets. Who's winning, who's losing. You can connect to your favorite sports book off of there. It's really dope, and hopefully y'all go check it out. Code is at the bottom of the screen. And it is JRAD344. It's JRAD344. Like I said, thank y'all for joining. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff they do here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We're gonna keep grinding out, and
we're getting there.
We'll have an idea for the Super Bowl. So we'll do a show. We'll do a show on Tuesday next week. Oh no, sorry. We'll do a show Monday. Doing a show Monday because I have work Tuesday.
Okay.
So we'll do a show Monday after the games on Monday, and then we'll pick games. I think either Thursday or Friday because I think I have work one of those days.
Okay.
So yeah. So we'll figure it out. I'll know by Tuesday, by Monday, if I'm working those weekends. So, but all right. Thank y'all for joining, and we'll see y'all another time. Cheers.